I mean, I still bought a shitbox car when I was 17, so I must have been spending it. I wasn't saving it. I can't remember. I mean, I was pretty fat.
So this episode here we're about to play for you was recorded earlier in the week before Jay got sick. We had country music star from Australia, Brad Coxon. He also debuts his brand new song, which is a bit of a surprise. I've actually been lucky enough to listen to his new album, which is not out for a couple of weeks, but it is sick.
He's a weapon. He is one of, like, you'll love his music, but you'll love him fucking equally.
So he was going shooting down south to do, I think he says it in the chat, do some snowboarding and stuff, then going back home. And looked at his Instagram this morning. Yeah, he's a fucking farmer. He's feeding out the bales to the bloody cows and shit with his little mini John Deere thing. And that's what he likes to do when he's away from the road and doing music stuff.
He's got a farm and he's got a fucking Mack truck and trailer. Yeah,
he's a boss. And his music's sick. Climb into it. If you like Luke Combs, you're going to love Brad Cox. Even if you don't like country music, you're going to like him. He's a bloody larrikin.
Our next guest is one of Australia's most entertaining country exports. Raised in the snowy mountains, worked cattle stations in the outback, and somehow went from sleeping in his car to winning Australia's biggest country music comp. Since then, the one, the only, the incomparable Brad Cox has sold out tours, picked up ARIA nominations. His brand new album rips up the rulebook. Please fucking welcome Brad Cox, because that's his fucking name.
What's up, boy? Welcome to Not For Radio.
Thank you. It's where I belong.
The irony of you coming all this way to be not on radio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It feels good too.
Yeah.
It feels real good.
Hey, let's just to take it back. I mean, we're going to hopefully steer you for quite a bit of time, so we're going to have a chat. I mean, you've made the effort to come all the way over here, but what was it like growing up in the snowy mountains? We had a TV show that played here in New Zealand, and it just looked like the most fucking majestic place. It was probably shot in fucking Summer Bay or wherever they do the other shit as well.
Cold room.
Yeah, it's just on a big sound set.
I actually just visited my hometown of Jindabyne in the New South Wales Snowy Mountains last week for the first time in 3 years, and God, that place has changed in 3 years. With, I'm sure similar's happened over here. COVID, things got expensive, people moved out of the city, but man, that town's 3 times the size of what I grew up in. I grew up in a small little ski town, 2,000 people. Obviously, that would boost up in winter time with the resorts and whatnot. But man, I had a fucking sick childhood. Like we did 4 days of school in winter because on Friday we go skiing. Like the whole school just go skiing. 2-hour lesson, then just go rogue and ski with your mates all day, and footy on Saturday, ski again on Sunday. Like that was my childhood for years, which is a really cool spot to hang out. And then in summertime, it was, I mean, again, it's different now. It's very touristy in summertime now, but with mountain biking and walking and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we just grew up on the lake, water skiing and fishing, and it was cool. Like, I think about it now, like, it's probably the coolest, really wholesome childhood.
Like, hard to top. Like,
absolutely.
With all the different elements you got going on.
It's really hard because I think about it now. I go, that was a sick childhood, but God, I'd never lived there. As I keep saying, I'm a skinny kid from Queensland now, but I can't stand the cold. I mean, what a beautiful day in Auckland it is today. The sun's out. I'm getting my buddy singlet out in a second. I couldn't believe it. I've got a suitcase full of jumpers that I'm not wearing over here at the moment.
It's not as cold as they say it is.
Was it a musical family that you grew up in? Because your parents were basically sharpening you up to be the next torpedo.
Did you go around the pool? They were both swimming coaches, eh?
Yeah. I made it to what they called country championships once, which is like, you got the city championships and the country championships, big prestigious swim meet.
Yeah.
And I made it. Actually, no, maybe it was the state something or other. And the only reason I made it because there was only 3 kids in that race, and I got bronze. 45 seconds behind number 2. But I still turned up to Sydney Olympic Park, mate, and I swam the shit out of that 200-metre freestyle in under 12s or whatever it might have been. But yeah, man, I grew up in the water. I mean, I'm still the same. I'm like a water buffalo. If there's a puddle, I'll get in it. If I've got a wetsuit on now.
Staring at the black line is a fucking tough way to spend your mornings as a kid, though.
I didn't love that. No, I didn't love that. But what I did love is where I grew up's only 2 hours down to the south coast of New South Wales, and that's where all the kind of swim meets were. So every weekend we're at the beach, down the beach fishing, or in the estuaries down there and hanging out with with crew down the south coast. We called it there, which like my dad's best mate still lives on the beach down there, and they surf all the time and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, it was I was no fish, but
You gave a red hot crack.
I got in. I definitely got in.
You're part of the quota system.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. Yeah, man, it was. I mean, that's probably where my love of the ocean come from initially. Because although I grew up in the mountains in a ski resort, like we were in the ocean every weekend in summertime because we were down there, friggin' swim meets.
People forget that, like, you think of Australia and you go, there's no chance that they got snow there, but you've got like proper tree runs like you'd see over in the States. We've been to, was it Perisher and Threadbow and a bunch.
Yeah, that's.
We used to do MTV Snow Jam up on one of those mountains, and it was fucking awesome.
Did you have a bus?
Yeah,
that was cruising. Being at school and the bus coming through the MTV snow bus.
Yes,
it was. So they'd roll it out and they'd sticker up this whole big tour bus. It was fucking wild. Yeah. But I turned up there and I was just expecting it to be. Well, we've got ski fields here in New Zealand, but nothing like that. It was like alpine villages and ski in, ski out, and fucking restaurants up in the. It was.
I mean, they make it look pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I've skied a lot of North America and Canada and.
They do good.
It actually snows there, which helps in the ski resort. In saying that, this year I think they're getting smashed. I think I went for a little ski a couple of weeks ago down there, and it was the first time in 5 years, and I was like, oh, that's right, I actually really enjoy this little pastime.
How's the body after that?
Well, I mean, I'm 50 kilos lighter than what I skied last time, so I felt fucking fantastic, to be honest.
You'd be a bit slower down the mountain now, though.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that. I was always pretty quick down the hill due to gravity, for sure.
When did music come into your life? Because I understand you did piano and like drums and all sorts of shit growing up.
I think it all just kind of started. I was just singing in the car as a kid, down on the way down the coast, to these swim meets. And one day my folks said to me, "Oh, did you want to, do some music lessons?" And I got a couple of years of piano lessons, and that turned into singing in the school choir and whatnot. High school band. I played drums and sang in our high school band.
What was the name of the band?
There was a few. They weren't very good.
Yeah,
they never the music or the names. Yeah. There was a couple of rolling titles. Eddie Doorknob and the Bath Mats was kicking around for a while.
Yes, I love it.
I think it was one of those ones where we were called Blackout for a while. Classic, and then Google came around and figured out that there was 4 bands in every high school called Blackout. But yeah, we just did AC/DC covers, 5 of them, and then we'd start again. And then that very quickly turned into playing cover gigs in pubs. I kind of ended up with a guitar from the guitar player in the band and dicked around, taught myself how to learn a few songs, and mainly Paul Kelly songs. And honestly, like 4 or 5 months later, I was getting paid money to play a gig in the local pub. And
who was taking the money, mum or dad or you?
No, it was definitely me.
Yeah,
man, I was like 15 years old, man. I got $1,000 a week because I was doing
shit.
I was doing like 3 or 4 cover gigs a week.
Wow.
What were you doing with the money then? That's a shitload of money for a young bloke.
Well, it didn't stick around that long. I mean, I still bought a shitbox car when I was 17, so I must have been spending it. I wasn't saving it. I can't remember. I mean, I was pretty fat.
Just pumping it through the red router.
Well, yeah, smacking lollies or something.
Just paying off the tab at the pub for the fucking meals.
For the chicken palmy.
3 dinners and sung 12 songs.
Yeah, it cost us more than what we were going to pay him. But yeah, like I kind of became really busy really quickly as a teenager. And then from there, kind of, buggered off up north for a few years when I finished school.
Northern Territories. Yeah, what
a fucking change of scenery.
Yeah, why there? Like, explain what, because there's heaps of people that listen to this that are in the UK and Canada and American stuff. Explain what it is like in the Northern Territories.
Well, the size of your countries. I was like one paddock on these stations we were working on. No, I had a friend that went. She actually went over to WA and worked on a sheep station. And then it didn't really work out for her, but I remember talking to her about it and was real intrigued of what kind of she was doing. This is actually, I skipped a step. I spent a bit of time in Wagga on tractors, like farming, doing harvests and that. And then, like kind of, my friend went and did this stint over west, and then went up to the territory. And I thought, oh, this would be good. This will that'd be a fun thing to do. It sounds like a really cool experience.
What did Mum and Dad say when you said you want to do that?
Mate, my mum and dad have done nothing but support and go, oh, righto,
Awesome.
Is that what you're gonna do? So okay, make it work. They never, even with music, they never really got involved, but they'd always drive me there, if that makes sense. They had no idea what I was up to. They still have no idea about really what I do in the back end. I mean, they do, but the actual business side of this music industry is they got no idea because they never wanted to be involved. They never thought they'd pretend to understand or do it, but they'd always drive me there or support or help or pay the bill or whatnot. But yeah, went up there and worked for what I call a mustering contractor. So I wasn't working on a station, but on multiple stations. We do kind of 6-week contracts, living in swags and
there's a lot of shit in the Northern Territory that'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, there is, and a lot of it's fun.
Yeah, run us through some of those situations, because it would have been a steep learning curve.
You'll never forget tipping your first scrub ball. It's terrifying.
Yeah, so
it's a lot of fun.
So for those people that don't understand, explaining what a scrub ball is, and then how normally they capture them, because they basically you round them up.
Yeah, well, I mean, a scrub bull is what you'd call an unbranded cow or bull.
So 30 shades of inbred shit that you don't want getting in your
never
stock.
Been always eluded a muster and never been through the yards kind of thing. I mean, a lot of them probably never seen white man. Could be 8 years old and never seen a human kind of thing. So they're quite dangerous. A lot of them have big horns, big racks. There's multiple ways to catch them. The most probably old school is chasing them on a horse and grabbing its tail and tipping it over and then jumping off said horse and sitting on it, tying it up. Have you done that? I've done that on small bulls. Yeah. If I got a kilo to kilo ratio, I'll have a go. Then they have these modified buggies, or I'm pretty sure they're old Land Cruisers, most of them, that have like a pneumatic arm on them, basically, that you haze these bulls into an open bit of country, and this buggy you drive up right next to them and put this arm around them and then pull up and tie them to a tree and
it's basically
whatnot.
We'll put in
get it on YouTube. That's the best way.
Fucking so
good.
Good
Bull catching.
Yeah, so they come up alongside.
Wait, Tom, can you bring some up? We'll watch it on the screen.
No, it's fucked. So they've got these. It looks like it's a car putting a massive bull in a headlock.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
Yeah, and then tying them up to a tree until they get tired, and then they basically, from what I've seen, because it was a TV show about a guy that when he goes, one of my funnest times, I went to a pub, I fucked 4 Sheilas, got my teeth punched out, my nose smudged across my face.
Dude, I know that guy. His name's Kurt Hammer. I know that guy. I've had beers with him.
He's the OG.
Yeah, that's pretty Western, that kind of stuff. But that's what it is. Yeah, that's what they do up there. And it's one of those, I mean, the Northern Territory is such a cool place because it's so vast and broad with space, but it's such a small, tight community. And then very transient too. Like for me, I was up there for 2 years, and then I've never went back. I've been to Darwin a bunch of times since, but they have these people that come and go a lot of the time, a lot of young people. Jackaroos, Jillaroos, kind of what they call them, but probably more in the industry call them ringers. But yeah, it's a really cool part of the world to go and see. I actually worked with a bunch of Kiwis over there, and I was speaking to a mate who I worked with today. I'm going to catch up down south in a few days, and yeah, like you get all sorts of different people. But I probably work with 6 or 7 Kiwi women too in those stock camps, all very handy horsemen and hard workers and. Yeah, I know a bunch of the
Have they all been
Kiwis
501 back to New Zealand?
New Zealand, sorry?
Have they been 501 deported back to New Zealand since you worked with them?
Oh, once we were done with them.
Were you doing fencing for a while too?
I've done a few different fencing contracts.
One of the hardest places on the planet to do fencing. Can you even do it in summer? It's that friggin' hot.
Well, you say that, but you got some pretty serious hills. And when you're fencing on flat country, you get a lot done.
Yeah, okay.
Without burning your calves up too much, walking up and down hills. I've done a bunch of fencing contracts. Central New South Wales was probably the last one I did. I used to tell this story. I did a show called Yarns and Yodels where I kind of played piano, and it was born through COVID when we weren't doing anything, and wrote this kind of cabaret show. Like sat on the couch and did a tight 10, pretending I was some kind of comedian, telling a few yarns and whatnot. But I told this yarn when I was coming home from a fencing contract. I drove all night back to my hometown to fly out to go overseas with my mate. This is a long story, very short. We scammed Qantas frequent flyer tickets to America through saying we were de facto partners. There's going to be so many questions. And we got drunk and booked tickets to go to America, and he'd scammed all these frequent flyer points out of multiple credit cards and whatever. And then we were 15 schooners deep and decided we'd book these tickets, and then figured out you can't give frequent flyers to friends. They have to be family. So as of, 2017, on the 5th of February, we became de facto partners. I can't remember where I was going with that. We were talking about fencing. No, that's where it was. On the way home from a fencing contract was the on my way to meet my lifelong partner.
I'm putting maybe rose-tinted lenses on this, but let's say you're out there, you contract, and you're sleeping in swags and stuff. Do you have your guitar with you? Are you still writing music, or where is your musical journey at during that time? Because
from memory, I always had a guitar. I was just the guy I was talking to in who I work with, a mate of mine who's from Cromwell. There, he was playing harmonica. We'd sit around camp at night time. I'd play guitar, and he was playing harmonica. There was a few times where, because it's a pretty daylight hour job, there was a few times we were sitting there with the boss drinking rum and water and playing music all night, and we'd go to bed and then go, better put the kettle on. We'll go straight back out to work because it was 4:30, and lights on at 5 to have brekkie and go back mustering. There were some long days.
Shit.
Did a few of them. But yeah, mate, the guitar was always around, and during that time I wasn't playing gigs or anything, but every now and again there'd be a bush rodeo on, and I'd end up playing at the rodeo or camp draft or stuff like that. So I was still playing gigs every now and again, but yeah, kind of still kicking around writing songs and but mainly just experiencing that outback thing.
So, who nudges you to go a bit more hard out with it? Or is that yourself? You're because at some point you've got to make a decision that you're either going to go all in.
Well, there was a real pinnacle in that, and I remember it very clearly because the bloke I was working for and his wife, I worked for them for 2 years, and they basically said to me one day, what are you doing here?
In the nicest possible way.
In the nicest possible way. And I kind of had this conversation with them, and they were like, look, we don't know anything about the music industry, but you're fucking around. You're wasting time. We love having you here, but what are you doing? And they basically also said to me, look, I don't know if it means anything to you, but if you ever needed something, please ring. If you needed some cash, what are we going to do? Buy another fucking quad bike. We got 30 of them. You know what I mean? They kind of, I can't remember the exact words they said, but that was the gesture. And I kind of remember saying to myself, I'd never take them up on that. But if the fact that they're sitting here with no idea what that involves, saying, why are you fucking around chasing cows in the territory? Maybe I owe it to myself to do something about that. And so I went home and I sat on the veranda of a friend of mine's place. They were living on their granddad's farm, and I wrote my first album. I literally took that under advisement and went home and wrote my first album. And a few years later, I actually got myself into a bit of a shit, and not bad, but just some invoices that I didn't know how I was going to pay, and I rung them up asking for a couple grand, and within 24 hours there was $5,000 in my bank account.
Wow.
Just, they're just real genuine people that, I don't know, it was just that little push that made me realise that, I'm having a great time. This is fun as pretending I'm a bloody cowboy kicking around in the territory and chasing cows and going pretty rogue. But at the end of the day, I was really good at writing songs, and they realised that and said, fuck off home and do something about it, yeah.
Do you look back on that first album now and listen to it and go, that's a great little marker in time of where you were, where your writing ability, where your playing ability, where you saw the industry? Because
to be honest, no, because I haven't listened to it. I'm probably due. To actually do that. The only kind of, we still play a couple songs off that record, but probably only one in the last couple of years. The Lake House, I don't know if you know, it's one of my biggest songs, but yeah, it's been a while since I've listened to that record. And I should bring it back because I actually own all those masters. So if we blow them up, Coxie gets paid.
Coxie gets paid. Have you got a, I don't know, just in terms of a gesture, have you got some pressed wax of that album that you could then sign and almost give it back to them, those people that sort of pumped you along.
I did that. Yeah, I went and I'd love to see it actually. I went and got it one framed up in a nice little, I can't even remember, plaque or like I do remember, and I actually remember, I don't know, no, they won't care. I'll tell them this, but they'd never take the money back. So and they work so hard and they do so much for other people. I remember I gave them this plaque and I just put an envelope in her desk with quite a few $1,000s of like travel, like Webjet vouchers or something. You know what I mean? Like go on a holiday kind of.
Jet 2 holiday.
Yes, yeah, something like that. But I mean, man, that was many years ago now that I did that. So it's nice to kind of remember that. Yeah, I haven't thought about that for a while. They helped us out so much, and it was cool to be able to not make a big deal of it and go, thanks. I don't know if it's probably still sitting in a top drawer.
Yeah, probably
is. Vouchers expired. Yeah.
Because that first album, geez, it came out of the blocks fast. So that was 2018, yeah?
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
14.8 million streams worldwide. This is a couple of years old, these stats, I think, and 9.1 million streams in Australia.
Well, I wouldn't know.
We like, did it feel like
what the fuck?
Did it feel like it was being really well received? And we were like, whoa.
Well, I think, there was a bit of a moment after that. Must have been that next year, 2019. We got Lake Corp CMC festival in Australia. You might have heard about it. But at the time, and I suppose it still is, it's kind of the pinnacle of like the country music festival calendar. They kind of pioneered. I mean, it's everywhere now. There's hundreds of festivals, but kind of pioneered bringing Americans out and selling 20,000 tickets. kind of situation. We got the late call up to that gig, and we played after the headliner in like this tent thing. There was like 5,000 people there.
Yeah, mate.
And we were playing, and they were singing my songs, and that was a real moment. I was like, "Whoa, fuck! This is working. This is that thing that I didn't know I was chasing. That's right here in front of me." And yeah, it was that was a cool moment too. That was a realization of like, oh, people are actually taking notice of what we're doing, and we're doing something right. We're doing something different. We're doing something pretty. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but pretty bold. As I kind of didn't conform to any rules that was set. There was a bit of a path in Australia for country music, and I just did what I wanted to do, and it worked. There's a few people in the industry that didn't really like that either, which is always fun.
Do you find it, and this is, I find it fascinating because, like, in terms of, obviously we work on a rock radio station, and when we're trying to lever in more country rock music, and there's almost like a resistance to it because everyone can see the tidal wave of country that's fucking basically washing over everybody at the moment. Do you kind of go, when someone goes, oh, you're a country musician, they go, yeah, I've seen Yellowstone, and I've seen whatever that one, Nashville and that, and you're like, fuck you, I was doing it before all of that stuff. Like, is there almost like a justification that you have to make so that you don't see, or you're not seen as the person that's a Johnny come lately? You're like, mate, fuck.
Well, I mean, it definitely used to be like that like a few years ago. Now it's a bit different. Like, things have changed in the last few years.
Hot poverty.
I landed at 1 o'clock in the morning in Auckland. I saw 2 billboards, one for a big country show, Jelly Roll or something, and another for a big country radio station, billboard in the middle of Auckland. Like, you didn't see that 5 years ago.
No.
Shit, no.
I mean, there is a big piece that's like, oh, fucking welcome. Yeah. Thanks for taking notice. We've been here a while. Yeah. But at the same time, there's definitely no resentment to it. It's only great. The only resentment I have is like this next record, which I'm sure we'll talk about, is like it's still country music. Country music lives here for me. It's in me. I was feeding my cows yesterday before I got on the plane. But I feel like I'm almost broadening into more rock and alternative world, and everyone else is taking notice of country, so I feel like I'm fucking it up a little bit. everyone's like just turned up. I'm like, oh yeah, country's cool. I'm out.
Now, because I guess you probably felt like your career, especially after that moment you were just talking about, was going great, guns taking off, but then of course fucking COVID hits. What did you do there? Massively put the brakes on everything.
Well, I got really good at smoking. I got really good at playing PlayStation. I actually went back out west in New South Wales and jumped on a tractor for a few months.
Oh, yeah.
Not particularly because I needed the cash, but I needed the headspace. There's only so many times you can mow the lawn of a rental in Newcastle before you go crazy. But what we did is that went on for a little while, but then me and my wife, we got pretty proactive. We ended up playing 60 or 70 shows during COVID.
Wow.
All solo, all very small shows. Like, so in a 250 cap room, we had 40 tickets or 50 tickets. But that, like, I think there was weeks we did eight or 9 shows in 5 days in a row. We'd do 4 shows in one room, matinees, like, afternoon shows, late
Singing
shows.
with a mask on?
No, but I did sell masks that had like a Durry Defender on them or something like that. We sold them for a while. We turned up at one gig and it was like a fucking Prime Minister's press conference. Every chair was a metre apart from each other in like a grid pattern. It was very strange.
It's
but
so weird to look back on now, eh?
so weird. In saying that, arguably, probably some of the only musicians in Australia that we made money, man. Like, we were doing it. We didn't live anywhere. We just lived in the car. I don't know if New Zealand was the same with like border shutting down in different states, but like we just kind of kept skipping the border when we could and making it work, postponing this gig because we had to stay in Queensland a few. You know what I mean? Like we just made it work. And I mean, I resent COVID a lot because I probably would have ended up overseas a lot earlier in the Northern Hemisphere. I mean, I just signed a massive record deal with Sony Music, and this was popping off, and that was popping off, and then that all got handbraked. But at the same time, we bought a house in Queensland, which I absolutely adore. I'm married now. My priorities in life are go and sing music for people around the world, so I can come home and go diving on the reef. You know what I mean? Like my whole, like all, I think back and I go, well, that wouldn't have been happening. And I really fucking love my life. And I really love living in Queensland. And I love playing music for people in Berlin. It's incredibly encouraging. Like we just did a Europe tour at the end of last year and it was the most encouraging thing ever. Like, selling tickets in Germany and the Netherlands. And that was incredibly cool. And I do that so I can come home and go diving on the reef. You know what I mean? It's like my whole priorities in life changed with COVID. Rather than just slap, like go. It was like, oh, wait a second. Like, I just realised that if you don't do the shit you love at the same time, I wouldn't do that till I'm 60.
Yes.
But if I do a bit of it now, I almost put more into my shows.
So you can do more of the other. Because
I have a recharge and a focus of like actually living as well as just growing. I mean, in this industry, music, sports, the same. There's just this, and it is true to a point. There's just this attitude that you just have to be on all the time. You just have to give it everything and grind and go. But as I said, you just won't have fun until you're fucking old. Like it's like I want to grind and go, and then come home and go dive the reef. And then go back again. You'll just be a dive gear owner. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Sometimes it does feel like it. But yeah, I was like, as I said, I probably would have moved overseas, and now my priorities is like I have got absolutely no interest in living anywhere but Queensland. I'll go, but I will come back, and I'll go 3 times a year. I'll go 4 times a year. But after 3 weeks, I'm coming home for a week. And I think COVID made me realise that, and that's quite a healthy thing for me as just as an individual. Everyone's different, but it serves me very well to come home, throw my phone in the jungle and turn it off and disappear for a couple of days so I can, grind again, kind of thing. So, I suppose you've got to see the positives in life because it did happen. It's not, you can't take it back. You can't think about what could have gone on if COVID didn't happen, because it did. And
did the Apple Music show come off the back of COVID, or was that a little bit later?
That I love Apple Music for that. They paid my rent, bro. That was like such a cool thing to be a part of.
Because you're one of 2 artists in Australia that have a global Apple Music
I've finished
show.
It up now.
Okay.
I think it was 2. It was a while. They were 2 contracts I did with them. I mean, I'd love to do something like that again. I haven't even thought about that because obviously got busy doing other things. But they approached us and did that for a while. Did it from home.
Amazing.
Interviewed some cool people. God, I haven't actually thought about that for a while, but yeah, it was like, it was a great gig and such a different thing for me to do. Nico, get back on that gig, please, mate. I wouldn't mind another one of them. The Rock FM, Coxie Hour.
I think that's probably
that was fun. I forgot about that.
What's happened, because it's like traditionally there's been. And this is me not knowing really anything about the music industry, but you just had to just fucking bend and break to the whim of the people that controlled how music was distributed.
Absolutely.
And then it was almost open market.
Yeah.
And then when it did go open market, if you were really good at, like, obviously you're a fucking great conversationalist and an awesome musician, and you've got a great story, and you've got all the attributes of a country musician.
It sounds like my resume.
Yeah,
I'll keep going. Keep going.
You've been all around the place. You're not fucking plastic. You're not turning up in a rhinestone cowboy hat. You know, like you're like authentically you.
I think that's why. Honestly think that's why I've had the success that I do, is because I just don't give a fuck. I just do me. I don't. I mean, that's the thing with this new record too. Like, I'm not on social media. I don't know. I mean, I am, but I don't see any of it. I pay people a lot of money to see it. But for me, that means that I just do me. Like, I write songs. If you tell me to listen to an album, I'll listen to an album, and that potentially will influence what I'm listening to and then writing. But I don't know what's cool at the moment because I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just not. You know, I've just always been like that. I just do my own thing, and it seems to work. And I think subsequently, then people actually believe me. You know what I mean? I think that's why people. You know, my fans like me, is because I just do me, and I'm really good at it. I've never tried to fuck around with doing anything else, you know.
With the new album, Endemic Intelligence in Multiple Dimensions, your average country music fan will look at that and be like, I can't even fucking say half those words. I battle just then saying it. It's out 26th of September. How did you, come up with the title, and how's this different to the work that you've done before, do you reckon?
That took me so long to come up with the title. I've got like probably 300 titles for that record in my phone. I was counting on a mate of mine's...
And you landed on that? Fuck me, it's a mouthful.
Isn't it? A mate of mine's 3-year-old just says this really prolific shit every now and again. And, like, I was getting him to write them down and send them to me. It's like a little
You're
bit...
kidding me.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of the tism, and he's, like, the coolest little dude. And he just like, comes up to me one day and he goes... I'm happy. I feel like my feet need to dance. Like, you know, just says this crazy shit. So that was what I was hoping for. But that title, I mean, main reason it's pretty weird and wild is because I want you to go, what the fuck is this idiot on about? And go and listen to the album. You know what I mean?
Like, that's curiosity.
That's exactly the thing. I mean, the title did come from an old commercial fisherman quote. Like, you know, intelligence comes in many forms. That was kind of the basis of it, but the main thing was I just wanted to. It was actually pretty much about what you were talking about. Like, I'm really good at doing me, and that's kind of the undertone of that title is like I'm really smart when it comes to Brad.
Yeah,
kind of. That's kind of where it came from, along with being a mouthful and people talking about the title, so hopefully they'll go and listen to the record. Is it
at the point, and this is I always ask musicians this, is it at the point now where you've run it over that many times, you've written the songs, you've rewritten them, you've edited them, you've laid them down multiple ways, you've cut the album, you've shuffled all the tracks around so that they're supposed to be listened to in album format, and then you're fucking done with it, and then everyone's like, play your fucking album, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, I've been doing this for the last 12 months, or are you excited about taking it out?
I'm so far up myself. I love my music. No, I mean, it is true though, because like to a point, maybe not that much, but I really love this record. There is bits of that. I mean, I definitely got to a point. My first record we were talking about before, there's songs on that I actually had to stop playing for a while because I was like, I'm going to be playing these for a long time, so I'm just going to give them a spell for a minute so I don't hate them. So that's definitely a thing. But I mean, this album in particular, I'm really excited about it because it is a bit different. You know, it isn't just a straight down the line country record. It definitely doesn't sound like the thing that's cool at the moment, or that, you know, these radio stations are finally jumping on board and playing and that people are liking. But I mean, I'm definitely writing songs. I keep saying this, like I still sit around a fire and drink a beer and drive my ute down a dirt road and down the beach. Like, I do all those things. I fed my cows yesterday before I came here. But I'm just not singing about it anymore. I'm singing about the fact that people are fucking, you know, waking up in a car and sending their kids to school. You know, like, that to me is I've hit 30 and my songwriting has hit 30 too, I think. That's you know, there's more important things to sing about, because at the end of the day, like, I still do those things. I still live country music. But I'm just singing about shit that I think is a little bit more important, or important to me, or, I mean, there's a lot of songs on there about people that have fucked me off.
Easy to pick them?
Yeah, you'll pick them. A couple of them have been released. Democracy Manifest will probably stick out.
So good.
Can we? Well, I've got a Tomic to bring that clip up. This is just a bloke in the, what would it be, like mid-80s getting arrested in downtown Sydney, was it?
Yeah. We actually bought. I think he was actually. I mean, I'll be. Look, it doesn't need to be fact checked, but we actually bought the actual audio. So that's on
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo. Good.
it's iconic.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off me. Ta-ta and farewell.
Farewell.
So what's the obsession with that? Like,
Well, first of all, that
David,
clip is just iconic. Well, I love the copper. He's like, "Shut up, mate. Get in the car."
I don't think I've seen that clip probably 1,000 times. I've never even remotely looked into what they were fucking pulling him out of the restaurant for.
I actually think again, not fact check, but I think that he's getting arrested for something. He was a crook, but I think he was a serial dine and dasher. I mean, you'll have to look into that, but I think that was not what he was getting arrested for. But he was known as eating a succulent Chinese meal and fucking off.
it's so good.
But I wrote this. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory when the song comes out. Democracy Manifest. Someone did me wrong, and I felt upset about it. And the song's actually the only part of Democracy Manifest in the song is him saying it at the start, which is funny. But it was just like a bit of a someone ticked me off, and it was called High. Like the hook in it is High Tide. And I was sitting there thinking one day, I was like, nah, this is Democracy Manifest. Like we gotta get this clip, and that's what it's gonna be called. And it's pretty much like a big dance song. Like it's pretty not country music, but it's I think it's my favorite on the record. It's really fun.
Collab with Fisher or something on it just to play.
Dude, stay tuned. It's something like that is in the works. I don't know if I can talk about it, but there's definitely something like that in the works.
We've become friends. He's just such a magnetic human. Knuckles, who is the genius behind.
I see his hat's kicking around.
We just find him to be one of the most incredible humans. Like fuck, he does so. I don't know how he manages to spin so many plates. We had him on for a chat, and his yarns are just fucking wild.
Oh, he's a king.
Yeah, and he's obviously a massive fan of you. He's the one that kind of welded this whole catch up together, which is greatly appreciated.
That guy is he is one of the kindest, most generous dudes. I mean, he's a lunatic, absolute lunatic. I don't think people realise how much he gives. And he's one of those dudes. I don't know whether I'm sure I'm allowed to say it, but like, he gives so much money to charity, and every week he's doing
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
He doesn't seem to be bragging about it. Like I look at it and go, bro, you should be telling people how much of a good guy you are, but he just does it. Like he's had success and he gives it away, like he shares it, But yeah, like a great friend, attended my wedding, kind of friend. That's how kind of close we are, and I mean to the point where, bro, I'm going to share this because I think it's really cool. Like, there's not many people where you order, like, thousands of hats on him and couldn't pay the invoice, and he goes, just pay it when they're sold. Like. Who does that other than a good friend? Like, I need this many hats to get to this next spot, but I don't have 30 grand to pay for them. And he just went, don't worry about it. Pay me when you got it. You know what I mean? Like, but no one does that.
No one operates like that in 2025.
No.
Yeah, he's a dear friend. I love his family. He's got a gorgeous little girl. We don't see anywhere near as much enough of each other because, I mean, I missed him by 24 hours in the airport yesterday. He's on his way to LA, and I'm sitting in the lounge the day before on my way here. We do that. That constantly, to the point where I finally rang him and I said, "Give me a date," and he goes, "Prostate cancer charity fundraiser, Brisbane." 11th of November, and I was like, I'll be there.
We're going.
I think we're going too.
Oh, perfect. But like, I was like, I need to put this in the calendar 6 months early, or I'll just never see this guy because we just never cross paths. But
did he get wiped out at your wedding too? And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even see him at my wedding. I'm pretty sure he didn't even make dinner. I think he tried to slow down on the driveway with his face, and his wife took him home. He did a pirouette off a high chair, and that was it.
He's almost taken himself out, but he alluded to the fact that he almost basically ended you as well, like a couple of times.
Yeah, look, we've had a few days. There's been a few big sessions with the Knuckles.
Yeah, I think we're probably more what we're alluding to is the fact that maybe Knuckles is not so much of a great captain of a ship.
Yeah, what's he like nautically based?
Oh, true. Yeah, look, I remember hugging the engine cover of a relatively small boat for 9 hours on the way home from the Swains Reef one time.
9 hours?
Yeah, bro. Thank God for podcasts. I'm so glad I had my headphones because there was some serious pep talking going on to myself not to just jump overboard and end it. It was like we were 20 knots on the nose for 9.5 hours, eh?
Yeah, he said the fucking boat almost capsized a few times.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, we were pretty heavy. I mean, we had a lot of fish coming in. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't spend time on boats together because I've sunk a boat before too, and him putting us in that situation, maybe the combination is not a good idea.
Matches and petrol.
Hey, we've definitely got the heart for it though, Can-do attitude. We'll have to do that trip again. It was a good time.
Yeah, fuck, it sounded pretty loose.
Yeah. We've got an ever-growing list of shit that I want to actually achieve in life, but because my brain just fires all over the joint, I've never got any follow-through. But getting my truck license and driving a big fucking truck is one of them.
Dude, come drive mine. You don't need a license.
And that's all we're like...
Take the red tape out of it.
How fucking cool is it having a fucking big truck?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I put a big cock on the side. I got this tattoo here. It's a big chicken with a pistol, and it says Lord shit. And so I got a big truck, and I went on putting the cock on it. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, did a deal with Mac for our last tour, and they helped us out with the prime, like brand new.
That's such a sick bit of kit.
Flash as truck, but I mean it's funny because I've got a truck license, but I'm not a truck driver. And then all of a sudden I was like, got this prime mover. I was like, oh fuck, it's been like 10 years since I've driven a truck.
Bunny hopping out the yard.
Yeah, but honestly, it's easier than driving a Toyota. You point it in the right direction and hit
Off
D.
she goes.
Just sit there. It's awesome. But yeah, I mean that allowed us to put all this shit in there that usually, because in Australia it's probably a bit like here with musicians touring. Like you can't get a tour bus and drive 2 hours and play another show. There's just not enough people. Mm-hmm. So you're doing big Ks. And usually we fly. We'd fly in, drive to the gig, fly to the next city. But for this tour with the truck, it meant that we could take all this shit, man. I had like exercise bikes and dude, I built a bar. I built a bar for this show because I went, if I'm taking a truck, I'm pouring a fucking schooner on stage. Like this is not questionable. This is what's gonna happen. And so I built this bar, and like we pouring schooners on stage. My crew guys are coming out in their like we're black guitar techs, like sneaking on stage pouring beers during the show and shit like that. All these plants and props and couches, and yeah, it was just all of a sudden I was like, oh, I can just take whatever I want because we have a big fucking truck.
That's so big. Because a truck and trailer, right?
Yeah,
so
trucking,
fucking plenty of room.
Yeah, big Pantech trailer. So yeah, and then we'd pack up the show, and the truck would go overnight to the next city. I mean, they do like big tours do that, but just not kind of DIY like we did it. Yeah, but I was at home. I'm like sawing timber and building set pieces, and so I'm like, I'm doing this show. I'm taking everything, and building the bar and. Called it the Yeehaw Bar. Yeah. It's still in my house. So, yeah, it's not good having the bar at home because I feel like every morning I wake up, open the sliding door, look at it and go,
hello.
I could. That could be a little tasty number.
Turns out New Zealand's midday.
Yeah, that's right.
One thing I want to, before you play us a tune, one thing I want to touch on is, about a month ago you were played as the opener for State of Origin.
I did.
At Sydney's Accor Stadium, which is like the largest stadium in the country. How the fuck did that come about?
And also how sick are you supporting? Growing up in one and then now living in Queensland.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, we'll start there. I love Queensland.
Yeah, good man. Right,
with
enough
every
said. Move
piece
on.
of me. But 3 days of the year I have to support New South Wales for State of Origin. How they
What
came,
the greatest fucking game, greatest series. I reckon.
I mean, but I thought the last game we played at was pretty average, to be honest. New South Wales just didn't turn up.
It was weird.
We loved it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
What are you supporting, Queensland?
Yeah, we both threw. And I think we ended up punting about 30 grand of other people's money in a big pot and fucking lost a lot.
Oh, how do I get involved in that?
It's a
sounds
show.
like
It's
a
like
fun.
it's telling
the
you.
link next time.
I mean, if you're not sitting there with you and they're trying to bash you after that, that sounds like heaps of fun. Actually, I remember talking a few years ago, Magic Round, Matty Johns, I think, had a similar thing where they were at a pub and they got this punters club together, and then I was talking to Fletch and Heine and him about it, and they got to the end of the day and they had like 8 grand, but no one else left in the pub. I'm like, what the fuck? What do we do with all these people? Punted again. New South Wales supporter, thought it was a shitty game. How they came about, I mean, we've been working on trying to get something like that for a few years, you know, like when you're coming through the ranks, you look at it and go, oh, doing a, you know, State of Origin or something like that would be a really cool thing to do. It was a mixture of one of my managers has been talking to the entertainment girl at NRL for a few years. Warner's brands partnership guys were going that, you know, like it all kind of, you know, you work on it and come together. And yeah, finally got the call up, which was cool. There was talk of us doing the first one in Brisbane. That felt it was kind of cool that it ended up being a decider for Game 3. 85,000 people felt like we were playing to no one because
you're so far away.
We're 60 metres and there's just like lights and fire and shit like that. But extremely cool experience. I mean, we did our thing. It was just for the cameras and like, you know, they have. Again, won't quote me, but there's this screen in Accor Stadium that I think it might be the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere. Like it's this massive LED screen, and like all of our visuals and camera feeds are on there. Like we played for the screens, if that makes that makes sense. What else? It was really cool to like they have the stage set. We play 12 minutes. Massive adrenaline rush, and then we were just sitting in the green room like, oh, that's over, isn't it? Like usually you play a big gig, like 12 minutes, you're just settling into it, but it was just like this one and done kind of situation. Stepped foot off the stage onto the grass, and the stage was just gone. Like there's 80 people just come and made that disappear because obviously it was a footy game. Like that was the main event.
Did you get a chance to get up there and just go, 85,000 people? Fuck! And just be able to swear in front of me.
Oh, man, no, and I'll tell you why. The chick at Warner was fucking panicking that I was going to swear or because it's how's this, right? They pulls my crew into a meeting because some of my guys like I let them wear whatever the fuck they want. Some of the guys in my buddy band will turn up like with a fishnet shirt on and fucking long hair, like, you know, just crazy shit, which is fun. And it came up in a meeting with the NRL, I think, and the label. Oh, well, it's a family-friendly show, and we're a bit concerned about this guy who keeps wearing fishnet shirts. And I rings him, and I was like, oh, bro, I've got to tell you something. It's made the top dogs of the boardroom at the NRL are talking about your nipples. Do you feel like you've made it? So it was a strange one there. And then 10 minutes later on the TV, there's in the fucking dressing room, and there's 30 fucking blokes walking around in their budgie smugglers. So I don't really know why they're worried about the fucking nipples, but I can't even remember what that question was, but I thought that was very funny that the homies at the NRL and Channel or whoever it was were worried about my mandolin players and nips on stage. So. But the coolest thing for it was, man, like after the game, my wife's from Townsville, so she's a mad Queenslander, and had a couple other mates from Queensland. We ended up on the field like for the presentation, and she's getting photos with Wally Lewis and Billy Slater and JT and all, you know. Like that was really cool, just grinning like an idiot for an hour after the game. Like that was really cool experience. My whole family got to come, like my brother and sister, mum and dad came along, and it was really cool to be a part of. Really, really interesting to be
That's buzzy how that's part of your life forever now, when you spent all your growing up years watching other people do that, and there's probably a little part of your brain that was like, "Fuck, that'd be cool one day," but now it's like it actually happened. Like,
yeah. Dude, you know what the weirdest thing is? Is like when the offer comes in, it's like, yeah, because you do that, and then the offer comes in, you sit there going, well, I could say no to this. Like, you know, you start you start weighing up the pros and cons of all this stuff. Because I mean, a big con for me was, like, there is the footy homies are always going to wonder where Jimmy Barnes is. You know what I mean? Like, there's always who the fuck's this fat idiot that we don't know who it is playing at the Origin? You know, like that's something you sign up for. But
there's probably a large number of people that actually did know who you were, though.
Well, they do now.
Yeah, and they'd be so fucking pumped that you were playing. The country music in Australia is fucking outrageous.
It was all very positive, but it was just a strange thing sitting there going, okay, well, this offer is now on the table. This is a real thing. We could be playing for 80,000 people at the Origin next week, and I'm sitting here wondering if I'm going to say no to it. Like the power of that is the weirdest kind of
so buzzy
kind of thing, and I'm really glad we obviously didn't say no to it because it was such a cool experience and whatnot. So yeah, it was crazy time, and it was just over like that, and then I was just
on to the next thing.
Feed my cows in Central Queensland next 2 days later.
What do your siblings do? And I only ask this because we've got very famous, sports people and musicians, and it's kind of like,
sure,
all of a sudden you're fucking, there's a shrine of newspaper clippings at the house of all the shit that you've done, and then your siblings are like, well, fuck, I could have gone and fucked around up north and done some fucking tractor driving and fucking played a couple of tunes, and you know.
Well, my younger brother, he's a Sparky, he's a dad, he's about to be a dad again. But my oldest sister is one of my greatest mates. She actually is a football player. She doesn't play professionally anymore, but she did about 4 years with the Brumbies women's team.
Wow.
Which is really cool. Like, I'm kind of meeting people. I can't think of her name. There was this chick, Millie, on Triple M in Australia, does a show with Hindy. She's like, oh, yeah, I played footy. Like, she's played for Australia and that. Like, oh, yeah, I used to play football with your sister Peter and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. They, my mum and dad are pretty lucky like that. They go to watch the footy on Saturday and come watch a gig on Saturday night.
Oh my gosh!
And then you have to pay those exorbitant Sparky fees that they fucking rinse you and make a massive mess and never clean up after themselves.
Except every time he visits, which it's been a while since he's visited, he's like, oh, I'm on holidays. I'm not doing your work. fair enough. I understand.
Hand him a whole saw. Here's a whole bunch of lights, man. If you just fucking flush those through the kitchen, that'd be great.
Yeah, a couple of downies, mate. Come on. But yeah, my sister, she's a school teacher out in central New South Wales now. Still plays. Actually, I think they just won the undefeated minor premiers of the Narrabri fucking Bush Pigs or something out there. But yeah, she's a massive sports fan, and she's played as a kind of professional. I think that's what you call it, professional athlete. It's kind of funny because she was in that period of like, I mean, women's sport is such a massive thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know blokes who rather watch the NRLW a lot of the time, particularly if they're from Townsville or Newcastle. But like when she was playing, it was still very much like early days of having those the women's team in a national competition. I think I feel like I don't know enough about it to talk properly about the process of it, but yeah, it's kind of cool that
it's epic now.
Yeah. It's a massive.
It's a hell
thing
watch.
Now.
It's one. We had the Rugby World Cup that we had here, and it was England versus the Black Ferns in the final. I screamed so fucking loud, I passed out and fell through the chairs in front of me.
It had nothing to do with the 30 schooners you're doing.
I was there with my kids. They thought I was dead.
We might get his surfboards though.
Surf a new one every day of the year. The amount he's got.
Yeah. Hey mate, we couldn't get you to come all the way in and bring your guitar without really pestering you for a tune. So we can do a quick reset and
Sure.
Get some mics on you, and if that's okay, we'll just do what all media companies do and just bleed music out of you in return for nothing.
Yeah, love
perfect.
It. Love it. No, let's do it.
The only podcast that has stories like these, not for radio.
What are you going to play?
Well, we decided today what the next single's going to be.
So,
I think it's an exclusive debut.
On the butte.
Yeah, why not?
Do you want to give us a little bit of a backstory on the track and a little bit of an introduction?
Sure. Yeah, I wrote this a bunch of months ago about my 75-year-old best friend. and it's pretty self-explanatory.
All right.
Don't hold me down when I wanna get high, when I wanna get high around you. Don't shut me out when I'm trying to get down, wanna get found out by you. I've been kicking stones for hours, smoking up that devil flower. Don't hold me down when I wanna get high, when I wanna get high around you. Tell me what the time is, must be about 20 past 4. I can feel knockoff knocking on my back door. I could crack a cold one, or maybe I could twist one up. But like a moth to a flame, I don't feel no shame sparking up while I drink a cold one. Don't hold me down when I wanna get high, when I wanna get high around you. Don't shut me out when I'm trying to get down, wanna get found out by you. I've been kicking stones for hours, smoking up this devil flower. Don't hold me down when I wanna get high, when I wanna get high around you. Feeling like a Friday, but I'm dancing like it's Saturday night. I can feel it working, the recipe's mixed up right. I'm living in the matrix, my eyes are feeling bloodshot green. It's just me and you throwing shade at the moon, but he's the sweetest guy I've ever seen. Don't hold me down when I wanna get high, when I wanna get high around you. Don't shut me out when I'm trying to get down, wanna get found out by you. I've been kicking stones for hours, smoking up that devil flower. Don't hold me down when I wanna get high, when I wanna get high around you, high around you, high around you. World exclusive. I think that's the first time I've ever played that one.
Rightio, if people want to see you, where are you next going to be on the road?
Mate, well, my new record comes out September 26th, which is very exciting, and I'm back here in New Zealand around November. We're going to Auckland, Christchurch, Dunedin, Gore.
Yes!
Which
Gore's
is
mega,
sick.
man.
Every
We love
time
it.
I say Gore, everyone seems to go, yeah, fucking Gore.
Yeah.
Oh, Gore's such a vibe.
And then a little one in Queenstown as well, yeah.
Yeah, Gore's been the home of country music for basically forever.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to. I mean, look, the reality is, we realise people come over here, they do Wellington, maybe, if not just Auckland, and fuck off back to Australia. And I really love New Zealand, so I've called the tour the I Really Love New Zealand tour. And the reason being is, like, I want to be here. Like, I want to keep coming back once, twice a year. I want to be playing theatres here in a few years' time. I love the people. I love the country. Like, I like being here, so I'm really digging my heels in. That's why I want to get out to the regional spots and.
Yeah, Gore's a time, man. Gore, keep an eye out. They've got the best Kingswoods, Falcons, and Valiants. Oh, fuck, they've got the coolest cars
love
down
a
there.
good skid.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll do them for you.
They'll fucking do them.
Also, there's a lot of Aussies that listen to this podcast as well. So,
Sick.
how many dates you doing over there? You know, that stuff on the top of your head?
Well, just after the tour's released, 26th of September, we're doing little rooms in Australia. Most of them are sold out, I think. We're just doing Brisbane, Melbourne, and Newey. I think there's a few tickets for maybe Newey and Brisbane. And then we've got a bunch of festivals next year. Playing a festival with Jason Aldean in February. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all on the social media, which and my website, so they can check that out. But yeah, I think we'll be doing big tour next year. As in, like, we're doing these like 300-400 cap rooms back to kind of where it all started, sweaty and loud and obnoxious and slight nudity, a bit like Gore.
Yeah.
Mate, it's going to be fucking so good.
That's kind of how we're launching the record. And then, I'd say we'll do another big theatre tour next year. I think it's in the works.
And to Northern Hemisphere stuff, you've only just got back not long ago, but
yeah, it's
States, Canada.
I literally just had a meeting about potentially getting to the States early next year, and I mean, I really want to get back to Europe. Man, the Netherlands is just such a cool spot. Like, we went and sold tickets in the Netherlands. Everyone's just smoking weed, riding bikes, being nice to each other. Felt like New Zealand. It was fucking sick. It was so cool. So, like, I'm up my team every week going, when are we going? What are we doing in Europe and the UK? So, yeah, all on the cards. And, I think I'll be... I'm bloody platinum frequent flyer on multiple airlines already, but I think I'll be getting a lifetime membership next year. Yeah, we'll be busy.
No more defective travel points. How good is that, eh?
No, that's right. Yeah,
they'll be asking for them fucking back now too. They'll go all the way back through, and they'll go, "Fuck, we're docking you those."
Oh, dude, I remember looking up the Family Law Act of 1995, drunk as shit, and going, "Park her up, big boy. We're wearing Hawaiian shirts."
Oh, shit. I just twigged that the album release day is the same day as our Rock 2000 countdown, which is like our big end-of-year countdown, or, end-ish of year countdown for the radio show. So we did...
Perfect. Yeah, I think I heard you talking about it.
Yeah, voted by the listeners.
Don't you fly people in and have a big party? Was I listening to that?
Yep. So on this podcast, we're flying 2 lots of 2 from anywhere on the globe to come in for it.
Sick.
And we've also given away heaps of flyaways on the radio station as well. It's like 6,500 people.
Oh, wow.
Turn up, me and Jay weirdly bring the last 20 songs of the countdown home in front of all these rock listeners doing our radio show in front of that many people. So weird compared to just a normal afternoon, but it's sick.
Yeah.
Like they're so friendly, they're so into it, like lining up for drinks after, grabbing photos of the people, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, mate, did I push in? Don't worry, mate, I'll buy you a beer," and stuff. It's just,
awesome.
And everyone thinks that rock listeners are going to be like super savage, and it's just the most wholesome, fucking great night ever.
Sick. I think it sounds
Circle
like
put to the radio.
1 year anniversary of Endemic Intelligence in multiple dimensions. Coxie might be coming to you. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm unavailable this year.
Yeah.
Bit on.
Imagine that fucking last minute brush, just panic the whole team out. Rightio, that sounds like a fucking hell of a time.
Yeah.
Let's you
go.
guys take care of that. I'm fucking going to get pissed up with the boys.
Yeah.
Knuckles coming over it. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Yeah, well, we'll be playing. I think we'll have a few upset fans if we don't turn up to the gig in Brisbane that night.
Fair.
Yeah,
well, let's keep that on the radar for next year.
Yeah, man.
Who knows?
Fun as.
And we'll see you November with the Knuckler.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, man. We fucking really
Cheers,
appreciate
boys.
it. The caliber of artist and human that you are just is fucking
Thank you
awesome.
very much. No, very fun, and can't wait. I mean, I love being in New Zealand, so I'll be back in November for the tour. And thanks for having us.
Right, we'll put all the links of all of Brad's work in the show notes or the episode notes.
I was listening to an app yesterday, I think, and listening to some Polish dude talk about a poo story or something like that.
Sounds about right.
Stock standard. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's why we're all here.
Legend, mate. Thank you so much.
Time.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, brother.